Hey there guys, and welcome to a new little segment in my YouTube channel. This is where I'm just going to be sharing ideas that I think are really cool and that I think you can benefit from. So have a listen, check it out, see what you think. So the first idea I want to share is something about contradictions and having contradictions in yourself. Basically what that means is having one idea that you believe in and then acting in a totally different way. So the example I like to think of is artists. If you identify as an artist, say you're a photographer or you're a dancer or some kind of a musician, you say, I am whatever, I am a photographer. But then the actions that follow in reality are that you don't produce any art, you don't take any photos. I believe that is the contradiction, and I think it really damages people. I say this because I've been like that myself before and I've seen it in other people and I know it's really damaging. The reason I think it damages people is because of the question, why? If you are an artist and you're supposed to be producing art, why aren't you? And I believe the answer is really simple. It's fear. It's scary to make art. I always feel scared when I do these videos, and when I make anything, I fear it. So many different reasons why, but I fear it and it's difficult to do. But if you don't have that answer, you can go crazy on all these different excuses as to why you're not creating your art. And you could say it's because people are holding you back, or because you don't have the skill, or whatever the reason is. But in truth, it's just a lie. It's not real. It's just something you made up. The truth is, it's scary. And the really dangerous bit that I believe, I think the really dangerous bit about this is when that lie starts to compound over time. So you're supposed to be producing art, but you don't. And you say it's because people are holding you back. And then you start to maybe sabotage other people's art. You see people making something, you try to break down what they're making. And you know, the question is, why are you breaking down that other person's art? And if you don't really recognize that it's just out of fear, you could say things like, well, I don't believe in the art they're creating, and you know, people are holding me back, and you just have all these lies. But in reality, what you're doing is you've created one lie and then another lie to explain your bad behavior, and then maybe even another lie on that. And I really, really see this in people who are way older than me, who've had this pattern of contradictions, and they just get caught in this tangled web of different contradictions. And you might ask like a very old artist who really loves their art, and you ask them, you know, why don't you just create some stuff? And they'll give you this gigantic story, all these reasons why they can't do it, and people have screwed them over, and it's just this web, this tangled mess of contradictions. And I think that compounding effect, as it gets worse and worse over time, you can't get to the truth. The truth is so far away, it's compounded by all these lies. You never get to it. And I think in some, you know, really sad cases, you'll never get to it because there's just so much, there's so much in the way. So my thing at the moment is just trying to be aligned with what I believe. One of the things I've done lately is I had this idea that I could, if need be, fight. If something really bad happened and someone was attacking me, I would be able to fight and defend myself. And I just had this idea, but in reality, I wasn't actually taking any training in fighting or martial arts. And I realized there was this contradiction where I think I'd be safe, but there was no action. So I thought, all right, enough is enough. And so I started doing jujitsu, which is a grappling-based martial art. And I mean, the first couple of lessons I learned, wow, I really don't know how to fight. The truth is, I don't know anything. I suck at this. If someone wanted to beat me up, they could. And so now it's a process of actually learning how to fight, how to protect myself, and learning the skill of jiu-jitsu. But the thing that feels the best is there's no lie, there's no contradiction in myself. I know the truth. I know exactly where I'm at in my fighting capabilities and in terms of my fitness. There's no lie, there's no contradiction, and I can openly and honestly talk about this because I acknowledge the truth. If I didn't do that, I might be like a lot of other people who think I can fight, I can knock someone out if need be. And then you tell them, hey, why don't you just start learning some jiu-jitsu? Why don't you start learning some martial arts? And they, no, I'd be able to easily fight someone. and those contradictions start building and building again. So that's the basic idea. You have these contradictions, they compound over time and make things work and make you lose sight of the truth. But the truth feels good. I think once you acknowledge that and just accept what it is, it feels pretty good. So that's about it for this first little idea episode. Hope you like it. Hope you found it a little bit interesting, and thanks for checking it out. I'll see you next time.